Now looking at the safety of shooting arrows into a target, you really need a very, very, very strong tripod. That tripod was made for fusion archery. It's, I estimate, 3 years old, and it's as strong as ever. It's not a problem. It was made by John Power, and it gives you an idea of a very, very, very stable tripod. Tripod can come apart, you can pull it apart, there's no problem on that, and it's ideal for storage as well. It goes back into like a flat pack piece from IKEA. It's really very, very good. The long shank on the front so it'll take a wide target. You can also then use it with an adaptation system for straw targets. But it's really important that you have a very, very strong tripod, because it's really important that it doesn't fall over and hurt you. A backstop is important, using a rubber backstop on the back of each target, just for safety reasons. If there's an arrow going to go through, if the foam targets get a little bit wet, sometimes the arrow goes through. This will prevent that, and again, safety is paramount. I'll show you now what happens when we put the target up and what we need to do. The target is very secure on the tripod, but it's really important that everybody ties the target down. So what you need is a very good strong rope. Put it through your loop here. Same thing on the back. And secure as well on the back. That target is fairly secure, it won't blow over. It's really important that you always tie your target down, because what happens if the wind blows the target over, somebody is here, you're going to be impaled. So it's important that you tie your target down. No matter where you are, always tie your targets down. Okay? Right, we'll show you then a different type of tripod. It's again a strong tripod made for a 90 centimeter target. It's really important that you have the right type of tripod for the right type of target. This will also take a straw target. There's no problem in that. And again, you really have to make sure that you have the target tied down. Particularly if you're using this type of target, that you have pins that will go into the target to hold the target on the tripod, and when you tie it down, you're not going to have any problems. But we'll just lift that up onto the target, onto the tripod, and we'll see where we are. Fits perfectly. And with the result, you have a very, very safe, strong tripod. Again, tied down properly takes this type of target, and also will take a straw target. So you build your tripods around your targets. Safety is paramount again. Make sure that target is tied down before you shoot an arrow into it. Okay, that's great. Well, I'll show you now a few of the apparatus that we work with, ensuring that we have proper arrow tuning. Paper testing frame. Really important that every club has one of these, so that when you're tuning your bow you can do the paper test. The system is on a roll and you can move it down to a clear position, and then there's a lock system on it which locks it into position, so when you shoot through you have a clear picture of your tune on the bow. Again, these are sturdy and strong, a very, very strong base on them, and it's important that you have equipment that for your archers to be able to tune the bows and understand what's happening. Each club should, I think, should invest into something like that, and it makes a big difference in relation to tuning bows when you can see exactly what's happened. It's comfortable to use this. It's not difficult. It's a matter of rolling her down on a tube. You can open it up, you can see exactly what happens. You can see exactly from on the target where it works, and it's ease of use, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, so I'll show you another piece of apparatus that you should have in your arsenal for tuning bows. This is an apparatus for testing the strength of your bow, the weight of your bow, and it's also a draw board, so you can use horse-draw curve, see as your bow coming back in 2 pound increments. So when you buy a set of limbs, you know that the limbs have to be pulling in unison. This is a piece of equipment which will allow you to do that. Again, it's something that I think they're not that expensive to buy, but they're very, very important in relation to understanding are your limbs in sequence. You can do it this way. You also then know exactly what the pounding of the bow based on the length of the arrow. If it's a 28-inch arrow, you pull it to 28 inches, and it gives you exactly the poundage of the bow, and then you can then equate that and have a look at what spine will suit that. Also then you can do the force draw curve on it, which each time you pull it an inch, move it an inch, one turn, move it an inch, it must go up, the limbs must go up in 2 pound increments. If there's an anomaly in the limbs, it means then that you're going to have a little bit of difficulty in consistency in the limbs. This apparatus will show you how to do that. So it's a matter of, okay, we go another inch, 1 complete turn, 2 pounds more, and you keep going until you work out the force draw curve on it. And if it doesn't come up in 2, you have a measurement here, if it doesn't come up in 2 pounds, it means then there's an anomaly in the limbs, and with the result when you go to shoot that particular bow, you're going to have a problem with it. You never get the groups. So this piece of equipment will enable you to be able to do that. Okay? Here's another piece of equipment for holding your bow as you're working on your bow, fixing your knocking point, fixing your arrow rest, making sure everything is 100% and it's safe to look at, so you can watch what you're doing with your bow, you can understand exactly where the situation is, you can see exactly what the situation is. Again, if we're going back to the force draw curve, you can look at that and you can make sure that your cams are in line. This way you can put your knocking point on, and you can work on your bow with ease, and there's no great problem with that, and it's all on a vice system here, and you can move this in any direction you like. You can turn it around, okay? Move it down, and you can have a complete system of flexibility in relation to working on your bow. So it's an essential piece of equipment that you need in your club to work, for people to work on their bows if they haven't got a pro shop very, very close to them. You can use this apparatus. Okay. Well, there we have again. Simple process. Okay. Okay. Now we move over now. I just want to show you the shooting machine. Okay. This is an automatic shooting machine. It's worked on a pulley system where you pull the arrow back to the designated length of your arrow, and then it's released by a release aid which is connected onto this. So this accommodates the recurve bow, and you can see the recurve bow, and we can design the grip. We've various different grips that will go into this to accommodate each different type of bow grip on a recurve. So a matter of the machine will automatically pull the bow into its shooting position, and then it will be let go by the release aid here. And it gives a kind of an indication of how to get the right spined arrow and understand what's happening with the bow in that. So we can then, I'll show you now when it works with a compound. As you can see, we can accommodate compound as well. Again, the same system, pulls back into position, whatever the length of your arrow is. Then you can fine tune your arrows by working automatically onto what you're doing. So this particular apparatus you're talking about, it's in the region of maybe 100 years old. The drawings for this particular machine, it was taken from an old magazine which was, I estimate, about 100 years old. So it's nothing new, it's not a modern piece of equipment, it's something very old system. We took the drawings from the 100-year-old, what you call the drawings, and we made this particular apparatus. John Power made the apparatus. It can be moved. You can move your bow into any position you like by these lock nuts. Again, the handle system can be designed for the grip. You can use your stabilizer to see exactly where your stabilizers are working. You can loosen off this and see what way the bow is going to fly. So it gives you a good indication of how everything is working from an automatic point of view. So again, it's not a new thing. It's about 100 years old. I estimate that. So it's a fairly sturdy piece of equipment, nice piece of equipment. All that equipment was all bought by Shooting Style, so that it would enable people to tune the bow. And I'm lucky enough that they allowed us to show it off and give you an idea where you go in relation to tuning your bow, what you can do, what apparatus. Good tripods, shooting machine, 4-stroke curve indicator, all that type of stuff to help you tune your bow to the best of your ability. Paper testing machine, the whole lot. So it's all part of, having the right type of equipment to get the best out of your bow. Thank you very much.